up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. I am your host, the 80s Transformer fan. Today on George Reviews, I'll be taking a look at an 80s property, 80s based property, mostly 80s based property. It is Cobra Commander. More specifically, it's Hasbro's G.I. Joe Classified series, Cobra Commander. Another 80s property made new. Recently, we've seen the rebirth of Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, and now G.I. Joe. Transformers kind of always hung around, but now we've seen the rebirth of G.I. Joe, and I'm going to take a look at this figure and see if G.I. Joe has staying power. We've seen it reinvented before, but he's back in a 6-inch scale, and the toy line is back in the 3 3/4 scale. And when I go to this toy aisles and I toy hunt, both of these sets of figures are kind of scarce. You really don't see the 3 3/4 or the 6-inch warming pegs. I've started to notice Cobra Commander in stores a little bit in the last couple of weeks. That's kind of why I wanted to break mine out. I picked this guy up back in November 2020, and my schedule's been kind of hectic. I've been meaning to get around to reviewing these guys. I reviewed Duke and I reviewed Snake Eyes, but I got a lot of these guys I want to get to, so I'm going to get to Cobra Commander right now. Here's his packaging. He has a gigantic window packaging where you can see all of his accessories and the figure within. I don't think anything's hidden in the side, but you can see everything he comes with. Here's a little bit of artwork for Cobra Commander right here, and you can see his suit. It's a take on his I would say vintage 80s outfit, but just modernized. He's easily recognizable as Cobra Commander. Not a whole lot going on with the box. Over here, some more artwork with Cobra Commander. The back of the box is the standard artwork, the poster basically for this line. We can see some Alley Vipers, Cobra Commander, the Baroness. I have never seen a Baroness in the store. Don't have a Baroness. Passed up on Scarlet, didn't like the design. And we got vehicles back here. I hope we get vehicles. Trouble Bubble, his tanks, was it the Night Raven, Cobra Fang. They got the 3 3/4 Fang out I seen recently, the Skyhawk, and just all the vehicles. And the side of the box here, these are some glyphs. They kind of do the same thing with Transformers. I don't know if you got to get online to see what these things actually mean. Right there says Cobra Commander. So I am going to get Cobra Commander open, and we are going to go from there because I think that's it. And he is he's number 6 in the series, 06. Get the Commander out of his packaging. Nothing further in the box. I don't think the box... Sometimes these boxes become dioramas or something. I don't think his does. I'm slide it out just in case. No, I mean, you can use it for a photography backdrop. I might actually do that. But that is it in the box contents. Here's Cobra Commander. He is not tied down, I don't think. It always baffles me what they choose to tie down. It looks like he has like a little white film on his leg. It always baffled me what they choose to tie down and what they don't from the same company. All right, get his couple accessories. Like I said, this is like some type of Cobra-ized, old school, like dueling pistol or something. It even has like a little blade right here. We'll take a look at that more in depth in 1 second. Get his dagger out. And his extra fist. I love interchangeable hands. This should have been done years and years ago, because clearly they've gotten over the whole choking hazard thing. But okay, moving on. Let's take a look at the Commander. He has an updated like dictator style outfit. He has like some snakeskin type pattern on his shoulders done in black. His outfit is blue trimmed in silver. He has some gold accents on the buttons. First I thought they were like little cobra heads, but they're just buttons. He has like a simulated little chain right here. That is very nice. He has the strap connecting to a little bit of a cape back here, which is very cool. It is black with some red paint on it. He has some gold on the shoulder. Silver going on the shoulder. Silver going over the shoulder. Has the little Cobra emblem here. He has an updated 80s helmet. It has a little bit more going on. Has this little piece coming up to the side that the 80s version didn't have. Has a little slit right here that I was not expecting. Sort of like modernized NFL helmets that allow more air. It actually has like a little snap piece like right here if he really wanted to take it apart, mold it in and take it off, which is cool. There's like a peg right here. I guess to peg something into his back. The jacket he's wearing comes down to his thighs which is very nice. It's more snakeskin pattern over there, some more gold. This thing is actually pretty cool. It looks great. This is a great outfit. When I first saw it, I was like, man, they stylized Cobra Commander like everybody else. But this thing looks cool. Check out his, like, are these even gauntlets? But like the sleeves of his jacket with the red Cobra symbol, some silver right there. This thing is pretty cool. Even the red stripe down his leg is like done in like a snakeskin pattern, which is very cool. Little design on the back of the boots right there. Check out the front of the boots. Some molded in detail on the boots right here. Man, that is cool. This guy is really cool. Only thing's missing is like some Cobra heads right here. And it looked like they kind of thought about it maybe with the little shape right there. Maybe I'm just seeing what I want to see. But this thing is pretty cool. One thing I want to check out immediately. Snake Eyes, at least the first release, was notorious for not being able to sheathe his dagger. Let's see if Commander can sheathe his right now. And yes, success. And that thing looks cool. Let's take a look at that dagger. Showed it earlier. I was a little bit excited for it. It has the Cobra head on it. It's just gold paint, no paint for the eye or no slithering tongue coming out of there, which would have been nice. But it's cool just like this. The blade is silver. I don't know if this piece is actually silver or gold, or it's just two paint apps over maybe a blue or black plastic. Can't tell either way, but I think the whole thing has two paint apps on it. All right, now we've taken a look at the outfit. Let's move on to Cobra Commander's articulation. Start with his head. Bring him a little bit closer. Take a look at the Commander. His head can look up this far. It can look down that far. Not a whole lot, I guess, because of the helmet. The head will 360. You don't need all that. Just need a little bit left and right, but it will completely 360. Let's bring up his arms and see. He actually has like a butterfly joint in here, which is very cool. Give him some more range of motion. His arm comes up that far. It 360s at that shoulder. He has a bicep swivel right here, an elbow bend, a double elbow bend, which is awesome. Whole lot of, with a huge range of motion right there. Coming to his wrist. His wrist 360. The hands are interchangeable, and he has a wrist articulation right here, which is awesome. He has an ab crunch. I see it. And we can get him to crunch this much forward. And see, and this far back, but the scope is broken up big time when you lean him backwards. But it is in there. Coming to his waist underneath the jacket, we can get it to rotate. I think a full 360 even with the jacket. And now for his legs and hips and thighs, his leg can come up this far even with the jacket coming down over them to the back. It's a little bit more hindered in the back with this little piece down here. What are these, ducktails? The ducktails coming to the back. Get his legs about that far apart. And he has an upper thigh swivel right here. And let's see about to the side. We can get him out to the side. Looks like this one want to move a little bit more. I don't know. We can actually lift up the jacket and get more about this much to the sides. And upper thigh swivel, I said that. The knee bend, he's double jointed at the knee. He can get a whole lot out of that, which is very good. I'm still learning about these bucks and these bodies on these figures. Like I said, this is my third figure that I've interacted with. The third one that I opened, the third one that I reviewed, obviously. Coming down to his ankle, he has the front and back, which we all think should be standard. And he has some side-to-side rocking. And right here, he has a buckle molded into the side of his shoe or boot, which is like, wow. So we'll take a look at the bottom. We have some writing. Hasbro made in China. Yeah, but he looks very cool. Like, when I first saw him, I was like, he's kind of stylized, which he is, but, you know, it's like a modern stylization, and it looks good. And then, for whatever reason, I feel like Cobra Commander's mask should be vacuum metal or chromed out, but it is not. But the paint on here is very shiny. It's got some more silver flecking on top of the silver paint, which looks very good. I hope the camera's picking all that up. It looks very good. Got a little bit of a paint splotch right here. I probably can scrape that off. Okay, on to Cobra Commander's accessories. Let's go for his gun. The old dueling pistol right here. That's what I'm calling it. If I can get it into his hand. I hate when the hands are so tight. I know Snake Eyes hand was very tight, over tight for me. And we can get in his hand just fine. It actually took a little bit of effort, but it looks like he's gripping the trigger. You're going to die, G.I. Joe. And the hand actually articulates. He has a rocker. I just did it by accident. He has an up and down and an in and out motion to his hand. Oh, let me double check. It might be just this hand. Okay, this one has the in and out. And this hand actually goes up and down, which is cool. Like he's going to point the pistol out. So two different articulations. I need to pay attention to that in the future when I'm reviewing these figures, that is very, very cool. So now I'm going to move on to, does he have a place to holster this gun? And that is a no. He should have had one more holster over here. Wow. The funny thing about this toy line, they do a lot, and then but you'll look and notice they could have did a little bit more. He could have had a holster for this gun, like to hold on to it, you know. So he's just walking around with the sword most of the time. He's going to get into a sword duel. And here is his sword on it. It was a katana. I don't even know. It's not. Is it a full sword blade? Like, anyway, it is. Actually, I don't know what plastic this is made up of. I don't think it's silver or gold. It may be one of the two, but I think it's two paint applications on here, and they're both done pretty good. No slop, no mess. The Cobra head looks great. You can see the scales on it. I'm getting that into focus. And they didn't bother painting any small eyes or anything like that, which would have been a nice touch, but it's fine just the way it is. Let's see if I can get this into Cobra Commander's hand. And I might find out what color it is, because this is going to be a tight fit and it just might scrape. The plastic on the hands are very hard. And I said it in my Snake Eyes review, the hands are overly hard. But he holds the sword just fine in case he has to duel a G.I. Joe in the middle of a gunfight or something. Everybody just runs out of bullets and it comes down to not only hand-to-hand combat, but sword-to-sword combat. But it looks great. It looks so freaking cool, man. This is an awesome, awesome figure. And I thought he was one of the weaker ones. And I grabbed him because this Cobra Commander, and you have to have Cobra Commander if you're collecting Joes, right? So, yeah. This thing looks great. G.I. Joe, it's over for your ass. So let's try out a couple more other hands. We're going to go with the closed fist. Oh, wow. Okay, the closed fist is the left hand, goes in easy enough, and the pointing finger is the right hand. And every boss character should come just like this, where he's ranting and pointing. You sorry, useless troops, you will fear Cobra. I mean, that's exactly how you imagine Cobra Commander. I mean, this is perfect. Perfect amount of accessories. Perfect look to this guy. I really like it. When I bought it, the day I bought it, I was like, he all right. But having it open and in my hand, so I'm here to tell you that this thing is pretty cool. Only thing I can see that's bugging me a little bit is some of the buttons are not as painted as well as the others. We have gold up here, and these two buttons are gold, but they're kind of, well, these four buttons are gold, and they're kind of washed out. Then it transitions to yellow paint. How you go from gold to yellow, which that bugs me just a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so now it's time to give Cobra Commander the size up and run down, the part of the review where I compare him with other figures and other toy lines so you can get a sense of scale of the figure. Here he is next to Super 7's Mum-Ra, Masters of the Universe Classic Skeletor. It's always a classic. Here he is with Bill Lambier. Wait, what? Here he is with Masterpiece Megatron. And you knew I was going to put him next to G1 Starscream. And last but not least, G.I. Joe Classified Sergeant Duke. Alright, moving on with the review. Before I close it out, I want to show you a couple little things I got. I went online and I saw on eBay, I saw this 3D printed throne for Cobra Commander. There's another reason why I decided to review it today, because I got this thing in the mail the other day. It's like a little throne and a little base piece. Camera down a little bit. It's a little 3D printed thing. I got it for 30 bucks. Little gold throne. You could, man, it's like you can see the 3D printed lines all over this damn thing. Some imperfections under here. But this thing is easily found on eBay. I don't remember the seller name or whatever. But it just sets up here, a little throne just sits up here, and it gives him a little bit of a diorama. Now let's see if I can sit him down, especially with this little cape thing and the articulation in his legs. See, I think the cape is going to be the biggest problem. I know it comes off, but looks like I can hang it off to the side. And what he sit there about as well as the sorceress sits in Castle Grayskull, maybe even a little bit better, which is cool. Here is Commander on the throne, and he looks pretty cool sitting there. He looks damn good, actually. I'm glad I bought it. Happy I bought it. Let's check it out from the side. A little bit of an angle, see how he looks. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Along with this set, also, he came with a podium and some microphones, and I think you can double the podium on this thing, and you can put it up here. It's 3D printed, and man, you can see the 3D printed lines like crazy all over this thing. All right, and here we have the Commander behind the microphones, and I think this is really cool. It makes me wonder why companies don't do this for their own properties. Everyone loves diorama, especially in this day and age of photos, pictures, and internet. People celebrate their toys when they find them and everything else. This is another way of just celebrating and highlighting your figure. This looks really good. You know, you can just imagine what he's saying. Cobra will take over the world. G.I. Joe can't stop us. Cobra! And these two pieces, they actually came together. Like I said, I don't remember the seller, but if you put in G.I. Joe Classified and 3D printed and diorama or something like that, it's going to pop up. It's a lot of different versions to choose from a few different sellers. But I kind of went with this one because I got the podium and the chair together. Just wanted to check it out. And since I'm happy with it, I might continue to grab more little 3D printed things because this looks great. It really does. I thought the chair would be the highlight, but the podium is. You know, Cobra Commander was always threatening to take over the world, taking over the airwaves and just broadcasting whatever he was saying. That really looks great. But anyway, back to the figure. Let's throw his little stuff together. Sheath his sword, which is just too cool. That is too cool. I really like that. I think it go. Still got the hand on it. We got his sword sheath. There's nowhere again to put the gun, which is kind of a bummer. But other than not being able to store the gun, I really like this figure. It's a freaking it's an 8.5 out of 10. It really is. I can't think of anything better they could have did with it. Other than, and this is just me, I love soft good capes to make sure they can sit down. But clearly he can sit down and it's pliable. You can move it around and you can take it off if you chose to. Let's see if we get his head off. I did not do that. So we get Commander's head off without breaking it. There's his head. But you know what? It looks like a whole lot of, you have to wiggle this whole thing off to get it off. It would take a little bit of doing, but I'm sure it all comes off. You probably could slide it straight down off his body once you get it off his arm. And I'm not going to do it, but it'll probably slide all the way down. So really, truly, no complaints about this figure. I could just talk about what I wish was done better. Just things to make me personally happy. But far as across the board and fans and throwbacks to the 80s and future of the G.I. Joe franchise, this figure's great. It really is. And I thought it was just going to be all right and humdrum. But it is really great. I really like it. Then I'm noticing texture in the gloves as well, like around the knuckles, like sort of like the leather. Yeah, it is really nice. This thing is really nice. The only problem I had was how the buttons go from gold to just yellow. that's a little curious. And then not being able to sheath or holster the gun. Holster the gun. I guess maybe we could stick it back here and he can just pull it from behind him. So that's one way of storing it. So we got something, and then yeah, he's really cool. And he's in stores right now. He has been in stores for a few months now. And if you're on the fence thinking about G.I. Joe, the 80s Transformer fan recommends this figure. It's really nice. It's a lot nicer than I expected. And with that, I'm not going to go all long-winded. I want to thank everybody for watching another episode of George Reviews, the reviews where every toy has a story. Cobra!